What's up, YouTube? It's sneak peek time. We're gonna cover all of the sneak peeks in the coming update, or just everything coming in the coming update. And actually, there's so much to cover that I have to separate it into two videos. I mean, I could have done one, but it would have been like almost 30 minutes long. So I figured you guys would appreciate it if it's in two videos. In this video, we're gonna cover all of the quality of life features, and there's a lot of them. Any miscellaneous stuff, the balance changes, bug fixes, the new skins, and all the other like small stuff like that. We're gonna cover that in this video. And then the other video, we're gonna cover all the event modifiers that they talked about in the Brawl Talk. And there's a couple of them, and they're pretty sweet. And we're also gonna cover all of the new maps. Now I'm gonna give you a second. Guess how many new maps there are? Guess how many new maps? 1, 2, 3? No. 5? Nope. Keep going. 10 new maps? That would be awesome. Nope, actually it's more. 15? Nope. 16 new maps. There's 6 freaking new maps coming in this update. Alright, but that's gonna be in the other video. I'll put a link to that video in the description, the pinned comment, and at the end of the video. Let's go over everything else in this one. You might have already noticed a couple things just staring at this screen. Okay, first off, one really cool thing, you see this thing, what is this in between here? The rank, leaderboards, and the news tab. You see there's another icon, the little clipboard. You got a battle log is now in the game. Nice. This is going to be the first step towards replays, where you can go and look at all those replays, but of course replays aren't in the game. But you can go see your past win-losses, and that's going to be pretty sweet. You can show proof that you beat your friend, you whooped him, and that's going to be pretty sweet. But of course, let's go over the new Mortis skin, and it's, oh, wrong tab. It's actually a little more than you think. His normal skin also got a rework. You know how they said they were working on those skin models? Well, look at this. This is actually pretty sweet. His hat is completely gone. He's got a much bigger bat. His shovel looks a little bit better. I like his hair too. He honestly looks pretty sweet. Okay, but let's go over his new skin. Oh, look at this. Rockabilly Mortis. In the patch notes, I think they call it Greaser Mortis. Also looks really similar. He's got a comb for instead of a spade. Okay, that's sweet. He's got dice. Look at his hair, his jacket. He looks sweet, and like you see, you go back, he does the splits. That's his win animation. When you win a match, he does the splits. Let's just watch that again. Sweet. So it's 150 gems. We're just gonna buy it because it's dev build, and it's free for me on dev build. Not that I get it in a game. But there you go, Rockabilly Mortis, and we'll use the Rockabilly Mortis skin when we go over the maps and the modifiers as well. Now, I'm actually unable to show supercell ID in the dev build. Unfortunately, it's just sort of how it kind of works. But so if you guys want me to like show you how to connect your accounts post update with supercell ID, please just let me know. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be pretty easy though, so you guys probably don't need me to. Maybe I'll do a community post at most. All right, look. Now, another thing you can see, they added a drop shadow to people's names in band. Okay, kind of cool. It's a little bit easier to read. Another thing, you no longer have to like add your bandmates. They just show up in your friends list. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, but every single bandmate who's online will show up in your players online, your friends online. I'm not sure if they show up in your game room, your friends tab. Oh, they do. See, I don't think I've added Kairos. Maybe I have. No, yeah. Okay, so I actually did add them. So they're not going to show up there, but they will show up in your friends online. Another thing is you can see from here, there's now a team up button for your players online. This includes your bandmates. You can just press team up with them, and you look, I'm automatically in a game room, and it invited the person you wanted to team up with. I'm sorry, Kairos, but we're gonna do something else. Okay, now you may have also noticed that Showdown is in this 4th tab. That's actually not how this is gonna work, but there is a new event rotation, so be excited for that. You can see Brawl Ball's in the 3rd tab. That is gonna happen. So here's the new event rotation. Okay, Showdown, the 1st and 2nd tab are always the same, but Showdown always had an event modifier active. Apparently, Showdown always is gonna have an event modifier active. That's not true in dev build. In live, it will be true. The 3rd event is gonna consist of Brawl Ball, Bounty, and Heist. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an even rotation of each one, but of course there's maybe not though, because there's totally different amount of maps now, so the event rotation is gonna be totally different as well. The 4th event is gonna be all game modes except for Showdown, and is always gonna have a modifier active, so that way you can play like Gem Grab, Heist, Brawl Ball with those modifiers, and that will event some crazy games for ranked, but it's going to be like a sort of separate 4th modifier, and also it will include the ticketed events as well, so that way you can still play like Brawl Ball more often than you want, because it'll be in that 4th event mode as long as, but not only like just ruined by the weekends, like not being able to play on the weekends, still be able to play it in that 3rd event slot. Okay, here we go. Here is another new feature in Showdown. This is a small quality of life one. Now, after you die, you just automatically start spectating people. And I believe, yeah, there is a quit button down below. It's an exit button, so you can just leave whenever you want. But now you can actually see the end of each Showdown match, which is pretty freaking sweet. On top of that, you may notice it's now not Elixir anymore, and it's a different icon. Instead of Elixir, they changed the name to Power Cubes. That's now going to be the new name for Elixir, which honestly kind of makes more sense. I'm not entirely sure. I love the name Power Cubes, you know, but it definitely makes a lot more sense than Elixir. Elixir is sort of an old term, which old stuff doesn't make any sense anymore. And it's green instead of purple now as well. But you can just keep going. I don't know. It doesn't look like I can switch brawlers. Maybe this is just a dev build thing, and maybe in live you can switch brawlers. I'm not quite sure. But, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, yeah, this is one of the new maps. You probably noticed if you haven't seen this map. This is Scorched Plains, I believe it's called. Also in the friends list, what you can't see right now is it shows you when your friends were last online. Nice quality of life feature. So now you can keep your friends list active. You see people who haven't been online for a couple days or even 2 or 3 days, you just kick them, get some more active friends, and you can just always have people who want to play with actually playing the game in your friends list. Another small thing they added in Showdown, which I don't think is currently in the game, but they added support for it, is now it's possible in Showdown for custom poison spread. There was okay, what this means is basically instead of, right now the poison just goes equally in from all directions at the same time. Now it's possible to, for instance, have the poison like just start from the bottom or like just start from the top or just start from the east or west and like push people towards a certain direction on the map instead of just towards the middle. There was a map on Reddit that was like super highly upvoted where people all spawned at the bottom of the map and you had to, and the poison started from just to the bottom as well, and it worked its way up, and now towards the end of the map you're sort of just at the top of the map instead of at the middle. So now that sort of map is possible to add in the game. Some other small miscellaneous changes. Okay, now instead of when you double a box, and I'll show this little clip here, it's no longer doubling. Instead of doubling one select reward of that box, like normally you get coins and 2 things of power points and you had to pick one to double, now what it does is it gives you an extra 50% instead of doubling, but it does 50% of everything, at least the non-bonus items. So if you get 50% of the coins and both power points, you get an extra 50% of all of that instead of doubling just one. Let me know how you feel about that. I think overall that's definitely for the better because it's just overall seems a little bit more. But it doesn't work with the bonus items. The only like time this would be like worse is if you're a max player and you only get coins. But I mean, if you're max, it's kind of hard to complain, you know? On top of that, you don't see this in the dev build. I might have a picture of it, but you now get an extra free box every single day, and you can have that free box by watching an ad. So I guess you get an extra ad to watch, and you get just a whole nother box just for free. I'm not sure if you can like do the 50% on top of that ad box, like watch an ad on the box where you had to watch an ad and get even more. I don't know if that works. My guess is probably not. But hey, another free box. That's pretty sweet. They also fixed my pet peeve. Instead of total victories, it's now 3v3 victories because that's what it really was. If you didn't know, the old total victories didn't include solo or duo victories. It was just 3v3. So now it actually accurately reflects that. Another added effect, Jessie's Dragon Knight skin, when you have it equipped, now her turret shoots flames. Oh yeah, pretty sweet. It's actually not like that big of a deal, but it's definitely a nice small touch. Make that skin just a little bit more worth it. And then quickly, now the Mortis and Frank collectible souls that you can see while spectating. Yeah, you can't see those while spectating anymore. Kind of cool. Those were kind of annoying. They just show up everywhere. They also, in friendly battles, they fixed some like matchmaking Wi-Fi issues where it just like wasn't correctly going to the right server, getting the correct latency, so now that's been fixed. You should have a little bit better connection in friendly battles now. Also, power points can no longer go past the max limit. You used to be able to do that before, now you can't. Okay, we got some quick balance changes. I'm just gonna go over them briefly, and you should see an image here that you can screenshot, share to your friends, show them. There's only like 5 balance changes, technically 4 to brawlers. First one, Penny, and I've been asking for this for a while. Her projectile size got increased by 50%. Oh my god. Okay, I haven't like actually played Penny that much right now, but I feel like this is going to make Penny insanely strong because every time I talked about doing this, I also talked about giving Penny a big nerf as well to compensate because this is a huge buff. 50%. I mean, look, her projectile was really, really small, So we're going to have to see like how much you're hitting her shots now, but because of Penny's effect as well, it means you're getting her like added coin bag effect even more often as well. So I think Penny is going to easily be a top 10 brawler now because her cannon is really good, and now you're going to be getting a good amount more damage with her regular attack. So Penny's probably going to be definitely top 10 is my guess. Maybe not much more than that, but we'll have to see. Also, Pam is getting a damage buff. She's getting a little bit over an 8% damage buff. Also, her supercharges in one less hit. Pam is probably also going to be a top 10 brawler now. She got a buff last balance change before too. She's definitely going to be pretty good. You'll be seeing her in a lot of different game modes. Damage is the way to go to make her good in every single game mode. If that's what you want to do, you got to buff the damage, and that's what happened. Pam is going to be easily top 10 brawler now. Probably not much more than that, but she will be top 10. Okay, Frank is getting that nerf. Not quite the way back to was before, about halfway. He's getting an in-between. So before his regular attack and his main attack, their range got increased by 2/3 of a tile. Now they're being decreased by 1/3 of a tile. So he's still going to be pretty strong. He's not going to be maybe top 5. He'll probably be top 10. It'll depend. We'll see. I think he's still going to be really strong. He's not going to be super, super strong. I'd like to see his super take 4 hits to charge instead of 3. I think he'd be in a good place then, but we'll have to see. He's still going to be a good brawler, though. Also, Tara got a nerf. Tara's been a top 5 brawler for a while. Not a big nerf, though. Tara got a 5% damage nerf. That's it. So she's still going to be pretty strong. Her super maybe not going to get quite as many kills as often, but 5% damage, it's not a lot. So Tara's still going to be pretty strong. The other one, Robo Rumble, hopefully got fixed with this. Okay, now robots, if they're alive after 90 seconds, they get an enraged buff where they get a huge movement speed buff. I haven't been able to test this out in dev build because it's sort of hard to get people to go together and do this. But this should fix Robo Rumble so you can't do that Mortis exploit and get max time really, really easily. So we'll see how this goes. It shouldn't affect it. Otherwise, it should only affect it if you're trying to do that exploit. Because, I mean, you're not going to want to keep a robot alive for like 90 seconds otherwise, usually. Okay, those are all of the balance changes and the quality of life stuff coming in this update. In the other video, I go over all of the 16 new maps and show gameplay on each one. I also show gameplay of the 4 new event modifiers coming in the next update. Make sure to check it out, link in the description, pin comment, and in like 5 seconds. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching to this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you later.